Get with her. Get with her. Tonight, whoop this whole ass.
Get that whole ass.
Y'all get out the car.
No, she finna pull off in her car. She finna pull off in her car. No! They just took that girl car! Man, what the fuck she in your car for? What the fuck wrong with this? Oh, this trying to speed off in the car. This trying to speed off in the car. Oh, Jesus.
It was supposed to be an ordinary Tuesday night in Birmingham, Alabama. But just before 10:30 p.m., the calm of the Monarch Ridge apartments was shattered by the sound of gunfire. And it was not just a few shots. More than 168 bullets were fired that night. Neighbors described it as sounding like a war zone. A young mother was caught in the middle of it all. Her name was Asia Poole, just 21 years old. She had gone to the apartment complex to confront another young woman, Janiyah Hendricks, after an argument that started online about a man. What makes this case unique is that nearly everything was captured on camera. The buildup, the threats, the confrontation, and the deadly aftermath. All live streamed on Facebook for the world to see. By the time it was over, Asia was dead. Her best friend, Damarian Rankins, was wounded, and 5 people would face murder charges.
21-year-old woman shot to death after a fight broke out last night at the Monarch Ridge Apartments.
And many people were outside when this happened, and some even live streamed the fight and the shooting.
What they did to him.
Birmingham is no stranger to violence. In 2023, the city's crime rate was 705, nearly 3 times the national average. Statistically, residents have a 1 in 59 chance of becoming a victim of violent crime. But even by Birmingham standards, what happened at Monarch Ridge on August 20th, 2024 was extreme. Let me take you back to how this all started. Asia Alice Poole was a young woman with her whole life ahead of her. She was known as fun, outgoing, and vibrant. She loved social media and posted videos with her friends and family. But her world revolved around her daughter, a 4-year-old little girl who meant everything to her. Just 1 week before this incident, something devastating happened. The father of Asia's child passed away on July 26, 2024. He was only 21 years old. Reports indicate he died from natural causes. Asia was heartbroken. She had been grieving, posting emotional tributes online about their relationship and the loss. But just days after suffering this tragedy, Asia found herself in conflict with Janiyah Hendricks. The dispute was over a man, and instead of letting it go, they decided to settle it the old-fashioned way. They agreed to meet up and fight. What neither of them could have predicted was that their friends and family would turn this confrontation into a full-scale gun battle. Now, before we go further, there's someone else you need to know about, someone who played a major role in what happened that night. His name was Montez, or at least that's what people called him. He was Asia's friend, had been for nearly 10 to 15 years, and on the night of August 20th, he was right there with her, on camera, as they drove to confront Janiyah. And what he said on that live stream would become one of the most controversial parts of this entire case.
So I'm gonna lie, who gonna get themselves hurt?
Let me mute it. Hold on.
Crazy.
My son on it. How you mute it?
From who?
Why y'all
Finna pop the phone up. I just told, pop your phone up, Pop. Man, this boy a fool. This boy is a fool. This boy is a fool.
So you gotta turn it off because my connection's going slow.
Oh yeah, it ain't no service out here.
Oh, it ain't.
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot to see
first
that.
finish. It ain't no service out here.
Miss Hurt Me, please. Where y'all at? Oh, they brothers on.
Yes,
I'm talking about the just started this?
Yes, and I ain't put no cap.
Oh, okay. When cause we right here. Cause we in the line. Cause let's see what's wrong. Y'all don't do nothing. Let's see what happened. Said that was.
People love booing and drinking. You got your voice.
Yeah, I got my voices on. I got my voices on. I'm finna bob and weave out here with a big ass with her feet. I just one don't know why she's so nervous. Fuck what my man saying,
Yeah, and my nigga say on perfect. Driana.
Ain't my fault that I felt better.
Driana got herpes, man. You need to come on. You need to reveal yourself. Driana. Janaya. Driana and Janaya. Where y'all at, man? I'm out here. You said y'all was looking for me?
Here I go. Yeah, here I go. Let's see.
Man, get this phone. You need to start doing it, boy.
Here I go. Shout them house. Here I go. I'm ready to get us some coochie. I'm ready to get us some coochie. I'm ready to get us some coochie boochie. Say I'm gonna pull up and rescue us. Hey, can you pull up and rescue us? Hey, you done found your sister in that black. Hey, pull up and rescue us.
Driana, I'm ready to get her some coochie, girl. You need to bring that ass
Oh,
on.
that ass sit on like 2 1 babe. Nah, my best friend finna stump Janai after make her get some more braces. That's really see that's popping. What I was finna say,
When I say I can't wait till my baby jump fly on this baby birthday, you really try to play with it, right?
Janai, you done had your braces on 15 years. I done been out of school 12 years now. Dang, oh no, I been out of school too.
But you
17 years.
them all that braces, oh, you ain't gonna never get done paying.
How my best friend had braces and
I forgot mine off in the year.
on guard.
You can play me paying. Play that off.
Cheap ass. Oh, that live with J Mom. I'm gonna make them come outside. I'm make them so mad. Driana, you stink yourself.
Make y'all
Driana, I'm make y'all come outside too. Come outside, pull up. Driana, you stink yourself. You got more herpes than anybody. You herpes up. You got herpes up.
Come outside. Bitch want to come outside. Bitch want to pull up. Ooh. Bitch want to pull up.
Ooh. Ooh. Driana, pull up. Ooh, Driana, pull up. Ooh, Driana. Y'all been going loud about your pop and all that on blood. Y'all been having my name in y'all mouth all week. I know I'm like a big ass celebrity on the blog. I know I'm like a celebrity.
But I know I'm like a beast.
I know I'm like this and that. She said she passed the Waffle House. She passed the Waffle House. We finna waffle your ass and send your ass on back down the street with some bacon, bitch. And better stop at Waffle House and get you some grits. She said she did he? She said she passed the Waffle House. I said she better stop and get you some grits soup. China biscuit. Y'all out here doing all this talking, but I literally just made you didn't cause shit. Yo, when Agent told you to follow Shapop House, why when y'all get to my house, y'all turned off for? And y'all so what that mean? Y'all scared of who?
Big poppin'. Yeah, they call me Big Mama. Put me in one of them houses, gonna be big drama.
God, ass talking about on this. And nobody could talk about shit. I would beat your boyfriends up. Everybody should. Man, they know how I get. You ain't gotta do all that. What happened? Yeah, what happened?
Yo, what happened? You ain't make her get out of nowhere. They be kind of Shapop House. Y'all ass Shireen. Y'all ass be Shireen. Y'all should done on.
They passed the Waffle House. I like y'all. Ooh, y'all lit. I was turning around, my baby. I was turning the car around like, where? Oh, and I was outside the car talking about some, hey, where's poppin'? Y'all kept shit going. Because I don't really like that. Come on, ready for y'all. Pull up y'all past the Waffle House. Drew, I know. Get your ass out the car first and go ahead. Swing, gonna pop, and get your bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah.
She said, Shabbat, I got somebody to make you ask for the money. You so dumb. My brother out here, girl. He gonna shoot back. Yeah, my brother out here, he gonna shoot back. You better not shoot that Shabbat pop. My brother out here, bro. Don't shoot that.
Get your dumb
On. You ass better switch ass, better use that. She said she put that past the Waffle House.
Shabab, I got somebody finna make you. Yeah, you think that.
I swear to
You
God.
think that. We ain't slow. You think that.
Now, Montez wasn't just trash talking. He was making direct references to guns, talking about brothers who are ready to shoot. He's mentioning switches, those illegal devices that turn semi-automatic pistols into fully automatic weapons. He's essentially telling the other side that they're coming armed. And that's where the controversy begins. Because when you tell people you're showing up with guns, what do you think they're going to bring? But there was another moment in that car ride, one that almost everyone missed at first. Asia called someone, and that person tried to warn her.
Hello, nobody trying to pull up on nobody. These folks want to. I just told you what the fuck going on. So I'm gonna lie. Who gonna get that step hurt?
Let me delay. Hold on.
crazy
My
as
phone
fuck.
someone, nigga. How you mute it?
From who?
How many?
And then the person hung up on her, or she hung up on them. Either way, the warning was ignored. According to people who analyzed the audio closely, that person on the phone was trying to tell Asia something important. He was saying she wasn't like that, wasn't built for this type of confrontation, that she was about to walk into a situation she couldn't handle. And when he said, "You know how I am," he was implying that if something happened to her, he would have to get involved. He mentioned he was already fighting 3 attempted murder charges and couldn't afford to go back. It was a warning before destruction. But Asia wasn't trying to hear it. She had her mind made up. Her friends were hyping her up, and she was going to Monarch Ridge whether anyone liked it or not. Now, here's what you need to understand about Monarch Ridge Apartments. This complex has a history. Back in 2021, the city of Birmingham actually sued the property, which was then called Valley Brook Apartments, over substantial criminal activity. The lawsuit cited ongoing violence and illegal activity at the complex. Eventually, both sides reached a settlement that included an agreement to install surveillance cameras that would feed directly into Birmingham Police Department's real-time crime center. But on the night of August 20th, 2024, those cameras were not feeding into the real-time crime center. They were supposed to be, but they never were. The direct connection that was supposed to help police respond faster, it didn't exist. So when Asia and her friends pulled up to Monarch Ridge that night, they were walking into an area that had been flagged for years as a hotspot for violence. An area where just 3 years earlier, officials had deemed the criminal activity so bad that legal action was necessary. They arrived around 10 p.m., and almost immediately the energy shifted.
Driana big nasty. Ain't no little nasty. Driana been nasty. She been since I been fucking. And I know I can fuck. Like, I can fuck. Like, that hoe can fuck. Like,
You talking about you made me get in my car and run? No, you didn't. I told you to follow me. Stop saying that. Stop lying.
God, that prickle you. Like,
She keep talking. You keep talking. Wait till your baby daddy get out. I'm gonna ride him backwards with this same button on. That I'm finna beat your ass in. I'm a mama. I'm gonna ride your baby daddy backwards with this same button. Oh God.
look.
We finna fight. Oh, you just said that, bitch. We don't got no weapons, bitch.
What you're hearing there is the moment they arrived. And if you listen closely to the full video, you can hear the sheer number of people present. And according to witnesses and later testimony, many of them were armed.
Get down. Get with her. Get with her. Tonight, whoop this whole ass.
Get that hoe ass.
Yeah, get out the car.
Demarion Rankins, Asia's best friend who was shot in the leg that night, would later tell reporters what this was really about.
The room is very small. It's literally so little. Somebody mad about somebody. This ain't theirs. Can't get mad at somebody this ain't yours.
He's saying the dispute was over a man, a shared love interest that quickly became a social media beef that turned into violence.
Hey, bud. This what Charlie get your ass.
Demarion also said something else, something that complicates the entire narrative.
When she was like, her car getting took, I'm running out after her car to get her car. After don't run into the car, they was shooting, so I really can't tell who was shooting back.
What he is saying here is that the shooting didn't start with the fight. It started when Janiyah or someone with her jumped into Asia's vehicle and tried to drive off. That's when, according to multiple sources, Asia's sister opened fire at the car with a fully automatic weapon. And that's when all hell broke loose. There was a young woman named Bree who was recording everything on her phone. And once those gunshots started, she had to drop that phone and run for cover.
Why we not helping her? Helping her. It's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one. No, she finna pull off in her car. She finna pull off in her car. No! They just put the drive car! Man, what is she in your car for? What the f wrong with this? Oh, this trying to speed off in the car. This trying to speed off in the car. Oh, Jesus.
What you're hearing is over 3 minutes of continuous gunfire. Pistols, rifles, and fully automatic weapons, all firing at once. And in the middle of all that chaos, Asia Alice Poole was struck multiple times in her back. Bree's phone was still recording, and what it captured next was the most heartbreaking part of this entire story.
Yeah, it ain't done. Call the police about me. Ooh. So. No, that piece. Go wrong. Or hit you. I can't take it. Come back in with me, bro. We do something, bro. They get my sister. What's up, man? What's up? No, we ain't taking it. I didn't take my guy. What's up? What's up? Stay home. Stay home. Stay home. Get it home. Get it home. Get it home. Baby. Let's go. What's up? What's up? I ain't called police. My sister right here dead. Good shit, man. Molly! No!
That was Asia's brother. He had just realized that his sister was lying on the ground, unresponsive, blood pooling around her, and there was nothing he could do. Asia's sister was also there, screaming, crying, being held back by someone as she watched her sibling dying on the pavement. In that same audio, you must have heard Asia's brother running up a flight of stairs, banging on someone's door. He was trying to get someone to give him car keys because he wanted to leave immediately. Now, people interpreted this in two ways. Some said he wanted to go after the shooters, that he wanted to spin the block and retaliate. Others said he needed to get out of there because he was a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, and if police arrived and found him there with a gun, he'd go straight to jail. He wouldn't even be able to mourn his sister properly because he'd be in custody. Either way, in that moment, Asia Alice Poole was lying on the ground fighting for her life, and her brother couldn't stay with her. Birmingham Fire and Rescue arrived shortly after and found Asia lying near her apartment door. She had gunshot wounds to her back, she was unresponsive, and they tried to save her.
Damn. But they go right. All them motherfucking bullies. They wasn't even no little guns. Ain't nobody had no shit. They ain't big guns. Everybody just be with a Draco. What they call them guns? I don't know. What them guns is? What them guns is, man? They be talking about them. Tommy guns? No, not them. No, the other everybody be talking about. Not the sticks. No, man. Y'all know them guns you talking about, man. I don't know. They had more than one bullet. They had 200 bullets. How many people? No? Oh, no, they are y'all know this. Oh. That's good. Thank you. I feel so bad for that baby. That's They can't take no ass with them, but she beat that ass though.
At 10:31 p.m., Asia Alice Poole was pronounced dead at the scene. She was 21 years old. Demarion Rankins, her longtime friend who kept hyping the whole situation, was found with a gunshot wound to his leg. He was rushed to UAB Hospital where he was treated and survived. But the damage to the apartment complex itself was staggering.
Well, I can tell you that witnesses are telling me today that hundreds of shots were fired here last night, and what we're seeing out here in the daylight certainly corroborates that. Take a look at just this one car, a bullet hole here in the trunk, another at the top of the trunk, one through the window, and then one on this other side next to the gas tank. The shooting happened after two women, one reportedly the victim, Asia Poole, got into a fist fight. And then right after that fist fight was broken up, that's when we heard the shots fired. Witnesses described what happened here last night as something like World War III. This Monarch Ridge apartment building bears the scars of what played out here Tuesday night. Hundreds of bullets went through the walls and windows into apartments, shattered car windows, and flattened tires.
When investigators walked the scene the next morning, they were shocked by what they found. Bullet holes everywhere. In cars, in windows, in walls, in doors. Shell casings scattered across the parking lot and breezeway. Glass shattered. Tires blown out. And residents traumatized, trying to process what had just happened in their home.
But it is alarming that the amount of people that were present and did not intervene in the fight to, keep the situation from happening. It is sad. And our heartfelt condolences go out to the family members of the victim. But once again, that video surveillance does help us in this investigation.
People didn't intervene because they knew what would happen if they did. They'd become targets themselves. But the most devastating part of this story is Asia's 4-year-old daughter, Rhea, had just started pre-kindergarten. Days before this incident, she was excited about school, and in the span of 1 month, she lost her father, George, and now her mother was gone too, shot and killed at an apartment complex over a fight that started on social media. Rhea's grandmother, Asia's mother, had passed away in 2017 from cancer, so there was no grandmother to step in either. Asia's sister posted a heartbreaking message on Facebook after the shooting, and I want to read this in full because it shows just how close this family was. I can't believe this, Asia. How you just going to leave me and Rhea like that? It's always been us three from the time you told me you was pregnant. Man, all you did was laugh and lie. I will miss a lot out of you, I swear. My feelings and heart are hurting so bad. I am just wait for you to call me in the morning, sending me pics of Stank on the way to school. Never want for nothing. You made me her godmommy for a reason, and I will stand on all 10 about mine. I love you and watch over me and Sugar. I just wish we had more time together. I know it was never in you or George plan to leave Stank so early. That post captures the tragedy of this entire situation. A family torn apart, a child left alone, and a question that everyone started asking. Why? Why did Asia go there that night? Why didn't she stay home with her daughter? Why did anyone think this was a good idea? Birmingham police launched a full investigation, and what they found led to 5 arrests.
The Birmingham Police Department has arrested Justin Hendricks, black male, 20 years of age. He is charged with murder with no bond, and he's also charged with attempted murder with a $60,000 bond. We've also arrested Taylor McLeod, a black male, 22 years of age. He is charged with murder with no bond and also attempted murder with a $60,000 bond. Janiyah Hendricks, black female, 19 years of age, is also charged with theft of property, first degree, and has a $30,000 bond. The Birmingham Police Department would like to thank the Mountain Brook Police Department for their assistance, as well as those who provided information to investigators to further this investigation. Thank you.
So how did Mountain Brook get involved in this?
They just had some information, played a pivotal role, I guess, if you will, without getting too much into the investigation.
So we know there's been a history of violence at this apartment complex. He told us now that there are cameras that they had on property were not feeding into the real-time crime center. So what's assisted y'all in this investigation, and do you know the last time that these cameras are feeding to you?
They never did feed to us. The cameras do work, and their footage is available, so we were able to access that to help further our investigation. But there again, they were supposed to be feeding into our real-time crime center.
Do you expect more people to be charged? I mean, how many people do you think were shooting that night, and do you expect more charges?
We do believe there were more shooting than just these 2. This is an ongoing investigation, so we'll just see where that leads us.
Did y'all ever determine how many shots were fired?
Approximately 168.
The young woman who was arrested, is she the young woman who was fighting with the victim?
I don't have that information.
And we had a shootout in the College Hills neighborhood. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the ring camera footage. You know, it sounded like dozens and dozens of rounds fired. This was the same situation, over 150 rounds fired in this situation. How are you guys combating that? It seems like the lock switches are an issue. I know you guys are partnering with the ATF, but I mean, how can you stop these lock switches from getting into the hands of the wrong people?
That's a challenge. You know, they're just as prevalent as firearms. So it's a challenge. We've taken over 1,100 guns off the streets of Birmingham just this year. In previous years, we've taken over 2,000 guns off the street in those years as well. So our officers are working very hard every day to take illegal guns off the streets. We use our shot spotter data and other things. You know, we're prosecuting these individuals federally. We've also spoken with our state legislators about filing legislation to make lock switches illegal at the state level as well.
Can you speak to the reaction of Asia's family when they found out of this news of these arrests?
I'm sure they were happy, but it still doesn't bring back their loved one. And so, you know, we can never bring her back, unfortunately. But this is a step in the right direction to give them some sort of closure and let them know that law enforcement is working very hard to close not only this case, but all of our homicide cases.
Did you all use the social media streams to assist you in any of your investigation?
Yes.
Are there going to be any more arrests? There's a lot of people out there.
So what I can say is this is an ongoing investigation. This is just one phase of it. There's still more to be done, and so we'll continue to investigate until we can find everyone involved.
The mayor had said, you know, in all calls on Facebook pretty much to the suspects saying they can either turn themselves in or be found by law enforcement. Are you able to say which one they did? They turned themselves in to police?
No one turned themselves in. We physically went out and found them and arrested them.
I know that the 2 of them were taken into custody Wednesday night. Was that a U.S. Marshal's arrest or?
That was Birmingham Police Department.
Crime reduction. And then when was Mahal taken into custody?
I don't have that information.
Were all arrested in Birmingham, or were they arrested at other places?
I believe one may have been arrested outside the city of Birmingham.
Is the person who survived the shooting, is he a suspect in this?
No.
In a preliminary hearing months later, a detective took the stand and testified about what investigators had found.
In this preliminary hearing, we learned that this situation stemmed from a fight between Asia Poole and one of the suspects, Janiyah Hendricks. Now, the other suspects who traveled to that apartment complex that summer, August 9th, are claiming self-defense. And their defense attorney is speaking on their behalf in the courtroom this morning that their clients, on behalf of their clients, that someone else in the breezeway where Asia Poole was standing, fired first. Now, investigators say surveillance video from the Monarch Apartments, Facebook Lives, and video sent into the department shows 6 to 10 people had weapons. Some included ARs, pistols, and Dracos. The detective testified the suspects charged: Acoria Woods, Jania's brother, Justin Hendricks, a 17-year-old boy, and Taylor McLeod, in addition to 3 men and the victim, Asia Poole's brother. All of them had guns. Over 160 shots were fired that night. The detective who testified this morning disputed that they did not find shell casings in the breezeway to prove that someone fired towards the suspects. Now, one of the attorneys asked the detective if they asked or tested the gun ballistics for the 4 other people who were in the breezeway. He said no, and that another witness on scene told police she never saw Asia's brother fire his gun. When asked, have investigators interviewed Asia's brother? The investigator said they set up a time with him, but he never showed up. Now, Acoria Woods was granted a $250,000 bond today. 2 of the men who are also charged in this case have bond denied, and the minor in this case, his bond hearing will be tomorrow morning. Now, Miss Hendricks here in this case, she was not at this preliminary hearing because she is facing different charges. Her charges are stolen property. Police told us in August that she stole Miss Poole's car.
As the case moved through the courts, the community held a balloon release for Asia. About 24 family members and friends gathered, wearing pink, holding pink balloons to honor her memory. Her daughter Ria was there, 4 years old, watching people release balloons for her mother, not fully understanding that her mom was never coming home.
She was a great mother, a great friend. It was definitely a shock to everybody about her death. It was definitely very unexpected. She was a great mother, and it wasn't nothing that she wouldn't do for her baby. And we said she had to go so soon. She definitely had potential, and she was definitely gonna be something great in life.
And that's what makes this case so tragic, because it was preventable. At so many points, this could have been stopped. When Asia got that phone call warning her not to go, she could have listened. When Montez was hyping up the drama, talking about guns, making threats, someone could have told him to stop. When they arrived at Monarch Ridge and saw all those armed men, they could have left. When the fight ended and people separated Asia and Jania, everyone could have just gone home. When the car was stolen, Asia's sister could have called the police instead of opening fire. At any of those moments, Asia Alice Poole would still be alive. Her daughter would still have a mother. Her family wouldn't be planning a funeral. But none of that happened, because in that moment, emotions, pride, ego ruled. If you or someone you know is involved in online drama, if someone is pressing you to pull up, if you're thinking about confronting someone over words, remember Asia's story, and remember that no argument, no disrespect, no social media beef is worth your life. Stay safe